Well, here we are, everybody. Welcome to Three Borders Sports Network, and we are with the Giants Coaches Show this evening. Had a little bit of difficulty getting started, so we're a little bit late here on the jump. Brian, welcome everybody again, and we're brought to you here by the City Brew, so we're high above the bar area and watching the Matachek girls having a good time down there. And yoo-hoo, they say. But anyway, welcome again to Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson off to my right. We had a couple of password difficulties, I guess, if you will.
We could remember them, but
yeah,
they want us to change them, and they wouldn't let us change them.
They wouldn't let us change them, so we got to figure it out. So we're only on our YouTube channel tonight. If you're looking for us on 125, you'll have to look to the YouTube channel.
You know, no one on 125 is going to see that.
I know,
right?
but I'm just saying, if somebody wants to go to that and look, we'll figure it out, man. I knew what I was saying.
I knew you knew what you were saying, but
didn't come out right. Again, we're brought to you here by the City Brew, and nice crowd here tonight. And just walking in here, it smells good, doesn't it?
It was busy when we got here.
Food smells good. Just a reminder, tomorrow night they've got Kyle Colby here. The music is live tomorrow night with Kyle Colby. And then, buddy, you might want to get ready for October 15th. It's Purse Bingo.
Purse Bingo?
Purse Bingo.
There we go.
Yeah.
Little Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, so Jeff will probably be here looking for
Kate Spade.
Yeah.
You want me to keep going? You want me to keep going?
I'm impressed.
Yeah. Coach bag for the Coaches Show.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Purse Bingo, October 15th here at the Brew. All right, we're joined here by head coach of the Huskies golf team. That's the girls' side, and the boys play in the spring. But Jeff Ralph, thanks for joining us, Jeff.
Glad I could make it.
We are too. It's since the media night, and of course you got the big award, nice award that you got at media night, and you haven't been able to be on the show since. So it's a pleasure to have you aboard again.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, Jeff. Again, we had Coach Bockel on here one night, and he was kind enough to step in for you, but you've had a busy schedule and busy things going on. Let's just take a look at the recap, and we'll talk about the EDC here coming up shortly that you just had, but let's just talk about the season. My goodness, for the Lady Husky girls golf team, I'm just looking at the stats here. I see one fifth-place finish. Otherwise, everything's higher than that. So great season for the girls.
It really was. You know, I think Grand Forks Red River, who we did, I think edge out once for second, maybe.
Yep, there is a second there. Yep.
But I mean, Grand Forks Red River and Davies were the top two, and it was a matter of, you know, could we maybe sneak in somehow and get a trophy or whatever. But there's really quite a separation from those two, and. But I couldn't be happier with how we played all year, you know, to finish third or fourth pretty much every tournament and to play the way we did and to have an all-conference golfer, an all-region golfer, and girls who, like McKenna and Lily, two seniors who played their best golf their senior year. McKenna has a season-low, career-low score at Kings Walk, shoots 85 and qualifies for state. And what just a great accomplishment for her. And Lily had some really good scores. I think 91, her best score. You know, she's a girl who's going to shoot 95, 94. And, you know, if she shoots 91 for us, that's really good. And we're just happy with those two seniors. And then, you know, all these sophomores and Claire Langenwalter as a freshman just – you know, they came through. It was like if someone had a bad round, somebody else came through. And, you know, I think we saw that on Monday at the region tournament with Olivia Hansen coming in with a 91. Mm-hmm. So a fun group of kids. You know, you like to have fun with them. But, you know, sometimes teams aren't that fun. And then they've just been a blast to practice with, a blast to – you know, we go out and eat after we're done playing, and just to work with them has been just a lot of fun this year, and we're hoping we can.
Very happy with the outcomes and everything, and just a good bunch of girls, like you said.
So. Yep, they really are, and you know what? We have such a young crew. You know, we do have two seniors, but we don't have any juniors on varsity, and then it's sophomores and a freshman, and these girls work at their game. They take third straight state B title, and she said that's what it is. It's playing in the summer and taking lessons and putting yourself out on the top of the dike, because we reversed it and had the top teams coming in, so we were coming in on number 9, and there was 50 people, 60 people watching. That's kind of your first time in the big arena. You know, a lot of our golf was played with maybe 5 people watching, so I think better, and I think that's only going to make us better here the next couple of years.
And we don't need to expound on this one, but I also heard an interview with her today. She mentioned working with the younger kids. So you talk about your seniors, McKenna and Lily, having to work with the younger kids, and that's important too.
And they have, and they, we don't always give captain awards or captain recognition in golf, and we are this year. McKenna and Lily will both get a captain. I think that's a pin that goes. I just, I told Coach Backel we got to do that this year because they've earned that. They've been the good leaders we need them to be.
All right, and just one other note here that I want to make. When I looked at the EDC website here, your team scoring average, your point or a stroke and a half, if you will.
It's impressive for the girls.
It
and
is.
Again, because we're so young, I just feel like they have so much ahead of them. But they're also looking right now. They want to be good now. They don't want to wait for their junior and senior year. And I think that.
You look here, the EDC tournament was held on the 26th here at Bois de Sioux. The girls ended up in a tie for fourth, I believe.
Yep.
And got the tiebreaker and qualify for state.
And that's one thing we talk about too. Every shot makes a difference when you get to it. If you're in a tiebreaker, if you're in the sixth place and you're a tiebreaker, then you know what? I think historically one of the best teams, along with since Davies has come in a few years ago and Red River, has been Shanley. They've been one of the top girls golf teams in the state, and that says something again about where our girls golf team is going.
Yep, very good.
Very pleased with that. I think when you look at our scores, probably not our. And on Monday we had 3 girls shoot over 100, and that's unlike us. But thankfully, Hallie came 30th, and then Olivia Hansen in 22nd or 23rd place with a 92. So we had 3 good high finishes, which really helped us to get that 4th spot. So, Claire, Lily, and Scout all over 100, but their averages are, be happier for how the girls, they just kept grinding and came through and qualified for state, which is just a big accomplishment. I think we're going on 4 years straight now after maybe a 1 or 2 year.
But they're qualified for state. You also had somebody that qualified all the EDC and all region, as you said.
Yeah, we this year we had 4 girls qualify individually, which is not, we might have 1 or 2. Hallie Miller, who was all ADC and all region with her top 10 finish at the region tournament. She qualified for state. Our number 2 golfer, Scout Woods, qualified. Our number 3, McKenna Como, when she had her career best 85 at Village Green, qualified.
Right time.
And then London Nordic, who played as an individual. We put her on varsity a couple of times, and she just didn't play well when she was in the lineup. So when we have a qualifier, we can have 2 extra players, and London qualified at Village Green. So we're taking 7 girls out to state. London will play as an individual, and then we'll have our 6 girls playing on the team too. So that's just going to make our team stronger.
Okay, and that's awesome. Congratulations to Hallie and the rest of the team for making the state golf tournament. And the state golf tournament is the 3rd and 4th of October.
Yep, Monday and Tuesday at Jamestown Country Club. We'll go out early Saturday or Sunday morning, play a practice round at 10:30, and then just kind of talk about the course that evening and get ready to go. Tee time start at 10 a.m. on Monday.
Okay, so there you go. Coach, you got any questions for Coach there? Congratulations to the girls, and some of the girls you know well yourself as the basketball coach for the Lady Huskies.
Yeah, I stopped over.
Turn yourself on there.
If I turn on the mic,
there you go.
I stopped over to the region tournament just to see and check it out, and they were all kind of grouped together, so it was nice. I got to see them play a little bit, and it was pretty cool. So congratulations to all those girls.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been. I've told so many people it's just been such a fun season, and the girls have, there's no strong arming anybody to get them to do stuff. They know what they have to do at practice, and they work, and it's just been a lot of fun.
All right, congratulations to the Lady Huskies golf team. They're heading out to the state tournament, Jamestown Country Club, on the 3rd and 4th of October. Congratulations to Hallie Miller as well, and all the girls that qualified for state individually. So that's pretty cool. All right, that's it.
Perfect.
All right, Jeff Ralph, sorry about the late start there, Jeff and folks, but we got Margaret Wilson waiting in the wings, and she'll be up to talk Cowgirl volleyball right after these messages right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Although Digital Guru is known for computer sales and repair, did you know we also install audio and video equipment for your home or business? We install a range of security systems, including cameras and today's ever-increasing cyber attacks. For more information on the services we provide,
With All Seasons Car Wash Unlimited plans, you can wash your car whenever you want for as little as $33 a month. You can even wash your pet at All Seasons Car Wash. So this fall, keep your vehicle and your pet clean. Conveniently located at 1300 4th Avenue South next to Tractor Supply Company in Wahpeton. To enroll in an unlimited car wash plan, please visit allseasonscw.com.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Have you ever considered chiropractic for your family? Dr. Andrea and the staff at Hornstein Family Chiropractic love to see families. With 16 years of experience seeing brand new babies, pregnant women, toddlers, teens, athletes, she cares for your family like it's her family. Join Hornstein Family Chiropractic at 715 Dakota Avenue in Wahpeton, because at Hornstein Family Chiropractic is a family affair.
Thank you, Andrea.
We are powered by Red River Communications, and we're also brought to you tonight by the City Brew. Don't forget to stop 15.
Oh,
Dude,
October
I'm
15th.
Joining us here, the Cowgirls waiting in the wings for us. But Margaret, it's been a good
Very good
early
night.
in the season.
Yep, game
and,
two.
Been a bunch of
I know.
those opportunities might
Let's hope.
come along. So
Okay.
just in the section 6A North is what I've got.
Yep.
And just recently to Perham though.
Yeah, we
And
played.
I think we should talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah, close match. We were down right away in the first set. We finally tied it back up 18-18 and ended up losing that first set, Sydney, and found some momentum there. And
There you go.
kind of took it to Perham. I mean, we dominated the next three sets.
After that first set loss,
Oh, yeah.
a couple changes in the lineup, which is
Yeah.
good sometimes.
Yeah, we
and,
gotta mix it up. Mhm.
There went good for the Cowgirls. So
Yeah,
nice,
we played really well.
Nice.
Get a practice in beforehand. But
Oh, sure.
we went there,
Yep.
good Underwood team. I think I underestimated them a little bit, but we played a really good offensive game, in my opinion. We hit the ball well. Didn't pass as good as we have been, so I think that's where we struggle a little bit to just gain some momentum.
Okay.
We'd go up 6 and then it'd be a 3-point lead. Then go up 4 and then it'd be a 1-point lead, and kind of back and forth. So they were close sets.
Yeah, I was going to say, second set you lost by 2, 23-25. You won if we don't need to go through them all, but Abby Johnson having a nice night both nights.
Yeah,
with 18 and 19. 18 and 19 kills respectively.
She's doing well.
So.
Well, and then against Underwood, Addie Twidwell and Matea
sure.
Vague both had 12 kills too.
Yes,
That was
yeah.
big. Kelsey Sorrell had 30 assists.
Wow.
And that's huge for a 6'2". She was in, which, I mean, it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So she did a nice job. And, I think Underwood watched our Perham game because they saw that we struggled picking up tips when Perham tipped against us.
Okay.
And so that's how they got ahead of us right away, was they were tipping. But
They knew.
we did it. We did a much better job picking that stuff up. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, and then looking at the upcoming schedule again, you're having to Barnesville tomorrow night.
Going to Barnesville. It's
so
going to be
how's that going to go?
It's gonna be a noisy game.
Gonna be a noisy
it'll
game.
be fun.
It usually is with Barnesville.
It will,
right?
yeah. Henning beat Barnesville 3-0 last night, so we were able to watch a little bit of that game.
Okay.
Kind of know what to expect from Barnesville. They got 2 good middles, so we got to be able to hit around them. I mean, they're good hitters and they're good blockers, so we just need to be ready to go. We got to create a lot of energy. Abby Johnson's close to her 1,000th kill, so we'll see what happens tomorrow night.
Good
But,
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah,
So
it's exciting.
She got 1,000 digs earlier in the
Yep.
season.
Yeah.
And looking for her 1,000th kill. And then
Yeah.
after that, you got 4 home games, so some home cooking after that.
Yeah. Wadena, Henning, Hillcrest, and Park Christian were right above us. Underwood was a couple of two-way wins would do us.
She's got to go.
I know.
I know, sorry.
So
All right.
I just do we owe you a tip though?
Cowgirls volleyball squad, and she's got to leave, and we appreciate her taking some time out here and coming
Yeah.
up for the coaches
No
show.
problem.
So thanks
Thank
a lot,
you.
Margaret.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with Danae Riley right after this.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. The quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachio cream and onion or bacon ranch. Giants difference.
Did you know that we our communities to make them better than ever? And connect our communities? Visit redrivercom.com/.
Everybody, welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show here, brought to you by Giants Seeds and Snacks, and it's powered by Red River Communications. And we're also brought to you tonight by the City Brew, as we are live high above the bar restaurant area here in the City Brew. And don't forget that Kyle Colby will be here tomorrow night for the live music, and then it's Purse Bingo on the 15th of October. A lot of trivia nights coming up, too, I think, here at the City
Start
Brew.
studying up.
Yeah, I think the first part of October trivia night. Are you a trivia person? Or Danae?
Only the themed ones, like the Harry Potter or the Office. Or,
Don't ask me any Harry Potter
No,
stuff.
don't ask me. No, the ring thing.
80s sitcoms.
Okay.
80s movies.
Yeah.
80s music. Does that
No.
give it away?
You're almost as old as me, is what it's
Well,
saying.
yeah, not quite though. Not quite. That would be 70s for you.
I think there's a movie night trivia
I
coming
could
up.
probably do movie
so.
night,
Yeah,
but
I think
Yeah.
that's
new
coming
stuff
up,
I
too.
don't know if I can handle.
Yeah.
Don't ask me any Harry Potter.
No.
No.
The Lord of the Ring thing and what's that other one? Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
yeah.
forget about it. Not me. All right, we're joined now by BW Storm swimming coach. That's Danae Riley sitting off to my left. Danae, welcome again. Thanks for coming up. And I see that it was somebody's birthday, so we should maybe
did.
mention the birthday. So happy birthday.
Yeah, to Madeline Byer.
Yeah.
She's one of our Breckenridge swimmers. She's a freshman over there. So her birthday is one of the only ones that falls in our season. So we kind of take the day of her birthday or close to her birthday and do something fun.
That was cool.
Yeah, and it's kind
Little
of like our
Pictionary thing you
mid-season.
did.
Yeah, we played some Pictionary, and if they got it wrong, they had to swim more. And
Oh.
it was a little competitive.
Oh,
too,
so
but-
there was a little penalty if you were
Yeah.
wrong, huh? Okay.
Yes, they were much better at it than I expected.
You got to get tougher next time.
Yeah, they do.
I think that's what you kind of said in your Facebook page. All right. Again, one other note that I want to make here, Wapaton Daily News, one of our partners here in the sponsorship, you were pretty proud of that, and that's pretty cool that a couple of your swimmers are nominated for Female Athlete of the Year. Why don't you talk about those two for a second?
We have two. So Sydney Roberts is actually nominated as a swimmer and a volleyball player.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ellie Hendrickson is a freshman in Wapaton, and she's nominated as well.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah.
A couple of those.
Super exciting for
Yeah,
them.
it is. All right, Coach, let's get started talking here about the recent stuff that you did. I think you had just a duel against North and Horace. Or
We did, yeah.
That's considered a
Yes.
triangle, I suppose. But
Yeah, a double duel,
double
triangle.
duel is what you call it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, talk about that. I see you had some names there you want to mention.
Yeah, so we hadn't swam against Horace last year until EDC, actually. So it was kind of nice to swim against another smaller team. North is big, and they're good.
Yeah.
But they're a fun team. They are very competitive, but also, like, nice,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So they're a fun team to swim against. Natalie Graham swam a season best 100 free and qualified for the EDC meet in her 50 free. So that was exciting for her as a 7th grader. She's
That's
qualified for 2 or 3 different races now. So she's always super excited.
Good.
Yeah, and then Ellie and Maddie also swam season best 100 frees. So it was
Season
a
best.
sprinting night.
And they were already qualified, I think,
They
if I
were.
remember right. So,
Yes.
So, well, you got a lot of the team, even though it's a small team, a lot of those swimmers are already qualified for
Yeah.
EDC.
Yes.
So,
in at least one event.
okay, so now, forgive me for being old, but I'm trying to remember back to last year. You didn't have that many, as you do now.
Not
you didn't
this
have that
early.
many qualify this early.
No,
Okay.
it was kind of a push towards EDC at the end of the season where it was, okay, you have 2 more chances to swim this race. If you want to swim at EDC, it's got to be one of these 2. Yeah, so it's kind of nice, a little less pressure for the girls. They can just go swim and have fun and do well without the pressure of having to qualify. So
That's pretty cool. All right, and then anything else you want to talk about before we talk about what's coming up?
yeah, we did have one other meet. I think
Okay, and I didn't write that
was
down.
it after the last coach's show, and then we didn't have
Yep,
it last
that's
week.
correct, yep. Go
we had a
ahead.
Saturday meet that was a big meet that I didn't realize how big it was. There was 14 teams from
Oh, my.
Minnesota and North Dakota.
Where was that at?
at the Hulbert in
Oh,
West
okay.
Fargo. So we
Sure,
didn't have to
West
travel
Fargo.
far, but
Yep.
there was like Andover and Alexandria, and
Wow.
teams traveled a long ways for it. But Sydney was able to come and swim with us at that one.
That's right.
Yeah, so she qualified for state and EDC in the 100 back, the 100 free, and the 50 free. So one meet,
So
and she
I
qualified
was just
for
going
it
to
all.
say that was her one and only meet so far this
Yep.
season. And
Yep.
she qualified in
She did.
3 events.
Yeah,
And what were the 3 events again?
100 back, 100 free, and 50 free.
Okay. And
So-
you're good at the backstroke there too, right, Brian? You can handle that.
I can swim backstroke.
Yeah.
You can breathe the whole time.
Exactly. But I don't know if I could go much farther than 50.
I wouldn't.
I
Yeah.
can tell you that right now. I'd prefer 25, but I don't think that's legal.
In like club swim, it is for the little kids.
I'll take that.
All right, Coach. And then anything else there on that one you want to?
No, that was it for
Okay.
that one.
So now coming up, I think you have your pentathlon.
We do.
Let's see. Now
Yes.
there's a quiz there, if I remember right there, Brian. I think we talked about the pentathlon last year.
Yeah.
And pentathlon is 5 events, correct?
Yes, she's shaking her head yes.
Okay, that's good.
I get to cheat from over
Yes.
here.
And I think they can choose the 5 events they
Nope,
want.
they swim all 5.
They swim all 5.
And
I
what-
knew that. That I knew.
I thought they could choose. All right, so what are
Yep.
the 5?
So it'll be 100 in each of the strokes. So it'll be butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle,
Okay.
and then 100 IM.
There's an intermediate, or I am.
Individual
Something medley.
medley.
Individual
Medley.
medley.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So they'll
I knew
swim
it
all
was that.
4 strokes there.
I knew it was something like
You-
that.
by the
That's
time
cool.
we do this a couple times, you might have it.
Well, I watch the Olympics too.
Yeah, I know.
I do.
I know. That's only every couple of years, every 4 years for summer. So
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's coming up Friday,
Friday. Yep.
and it's at
West Fargo, the
At West
Hulbert
Fargo, at the
Aquatic
Hulbert,
Center.
yep,
So.
okay, so
Yep, and
there
we're
it
bringing
is.
a full team for that one.
Sydney
We have
going too?
All 8. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, is there any qualifying that they can do in that tournament or in that swim
Yeah.
meet? They
Yep,
can
they
qualify
can qualify
there
for
too.
any of the 4. We don't swim the 100 IM again.
Okay.
That's just kind of
Yeah.
a one and done. But yep, they can qualify for any of the 4 there.
Gotcha. All right. Got anything else for Coach Danae, buddy?
no, I don't. But I want to be like Sydney Roberts. Just show up,
Right?
hold my swim cap.
No.
I'll be back in a minute,
Yeah.
and I'll qualify for 3.
Yep.
Anything else you need while I'm out here?
Right.
And then
Yes.
go back and play volleyball.
Yep.
Yeah,
Give me a libero shirt.
And
Let's
she
go.
does put in her own time,
She
like
does.
you said.
Yep,
And
she'll
you said
practice
that
before school or after volleyball or other times.
Yep.
But yeah, she works
Dedication.
hard, but she is talented.
That's
And
pretty good.
dedicated.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, Danae, thanks for showing up here. And again, we apologize. We're running a little bit
Oh, that's
behind,
fine.
but we appreciate you showing up.
It's
All right.
Coach Ralph's fault.
Oh,
BW Storm swimming coach. That's Danae Riley. We got, I think I saw Dominic Rickles standing down below there. It looks like she's coming up next, right here on Three Borders Sports Network Coaches Show.
At OSPTI, our focus is on each individual's therapy needs, whether it be for speech, occupational, or physical therapy services. I'm Becky, a physical therapist at OSPTI, and I love being able to provide that personal care to each person that we see with clinics in Breckenridge, Hankinson, and Fergus Falls. You don't have to travel very far from home. From infants to athletes to adults, you can request OSPTI to meet your therapy goals.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
Welcome back, everybody, to Three Borders Sports Network. We're here with the Giants Coaches Show, brought to you and powered by Red River Communications. We're brought to you tonight by the City Brew. We're here live at the City Brew, just sitting up above the bar area and the restaurant area here.
I had to get over there.
Well, Larry Lash is sitting down there. He hasn't come up there to eat it yet.
Oh,
He'll find it. He'll find it.
He will.
He got here early and had a couple bites to eat.
Maybe that's what he did, and I
There
didn't
you
see
go.
it. Maybe that's what it was. All right, everybody, we're joined here by head coach of the Husky volleyball squad, and that is Dominique Rickles. Thank you for joining us, Coach, and thanks for coming in. I know you're not feeling well, so we won't keep you too long, but we appreciate you showing up.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I don't think it's from yelling at girls during practice or anything like that.
No,
Your
it's
voice,
not.
It's just you're cold.
Yeah, it's just a cold, getting over it, though, so
All right.
I sound worse than I feel.
There you go. Well, that's good. I'm glad you feel good. And again, thanks for coming in tonight. All right, Coach, since we last saw you on Saturday, September 17th, there was a win up in Grand Forks Central, the first EDC win of the year for the girls, and it was probably pretty rewarding for you and the girls.
Yes, it was very rewarding. It was just one of those nights where I was waiting for it, everything to come together. The girls, there was only one service error, so they were just on point. I was really proud of them.
That's good. And I know Brian was up there and watched the game himself, too, up there, and he told me that the girls played really well there, so it was a good. Did they hit you with a water bucket and everything, or did you just?
They did not. We had a breakdown.
So then you came back home here and had a couple games at home on Tuesday the 20th and Thursday the 22nd, and a couple of teams that are a little bit higher up in the EDC. Lost 3-0 on both of those matches. It was a 26-24 loss, or 24-26, I guess is the way you read it, and a 21-25 loss against Davies. So both the times. Now, do you think, and this is maybe a question I shouldn't ask, but is it something where the girls relax and they start saying, you know what, we can do this, but yet I don't know.
Sometimes in the timeouts, something I say is just like, you guys, we have the privilege to come into this gym and play volleyball. Like, if you're not having fun, why are you here?
Yeah.
Not everybody gets to do that. So sometimes it takes me reminding them, I'm like, this is a fun sport to play. Everybody take a breath, relax, and let the game come to you. Sometimes when you get in your head too much, you can start overthinking things, overhitting on the ball, getting a little intimidated by the blockers. And that's something I've been working on with our outside hitters and reminding them. And I'm like, sometimes if you see that block and they're repetitively in your face, play it off the block. You can tip it off. Using that game IQ and seeing what the other side of the floor is doing and finding those open holes.
Oh, how about that, B-Dub? Game IQ.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, I like privilege.
You can use that line.
I don't want to. She's sitting right here, but if I steal
I
something,
stole it from another
look
coach
out.
too. This stuff that was in the many years
we don't make
preached
up
to me.
anything. We don't make up anything of our own. We steal. So it's just the way it goes.
That's pretty good. Game IQ. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was something else too that I saw in those two, and B-Dub and I talked about it in our pregame show during both of those matches. Is the Huskies needed to get off to a good start, and they did. The girls got off to a good start in every set, I think, if I remember correctly. And just when it gets to that midpoint of the set, sometimes the wheels come off, the unforced errors, service errors, et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, whether it's volleyball, basketball, football, you might have made a mistake, but forget about it.
Yeah.
Hustle that next play. Get behind the ball. And all these teams are playing, they're all capable of being beat.
Yep.
You know?
To be honest with you, I think Brian has said that in our pregame show a couple of times, that it doesn't matter what name is on the front of that shirt, and if they can win and they can compete, these girls can compete with anybody in the EDC.
They definitely can. It's going to happen. It's all going to come together, and we're going to knock someone down who is going to come and overlook us.
Yep. And speaking of that, Thursday night, you got Fargo South. You're traveling up to Fargo South, and I think right now they're second in the EDC. So you got a big chore ahead of you up there.
Yeah, we got to play them in Bismarck, and unfortunately that Bismarck tournament, it ran really, really late. I think it was about 11 p.m. before we left the gym. And
oh, boy.
I'm excited to play them again and show them, we're not coming off another game. We're going to play them like a normal EDC match, and I know the girls can play with them.
Yeah, that's good. So, and then you got a look, and you guys as coaches don't like to look ahead, but you got a big Fargo South invite coming up in October as well with several matches.
Yeah,
So
that's
big tournament there.
Yeah, we got a couple 2-point games. So it'd be nice to snatch a win on that because we have West Fargo prior to that Valley City or that
Yep.
Fargo South matchup.
Yep.
Or after that, Fargo
yep.
after that. But I'm excited for that because we get to play Mandan again. We got to win against them in the Bismarck crossover tournament, and then we also get to play Bismarck Century, who we haven't got a chance to play against. So it's always exciting to play someone who's not in the EDC. I was hoping we'd get matched up against one of those South Dakota teams because that's fun, but maybe we will in the tournament round. So that's fun. It's always nice to have those matches because, you get to play maybe some people who have...
The girls are fun to watch. I just want to say that. I mean, yeah, the record doesn't reflect it, and I think Brian will agree with me here, and Coach, that the girls are fun to watch. And when they play good, they play good.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with how they're doing it. They just need to put it together.
Yeah, I have a bunch of athletes,
Yep.
like side of the ice and move with the ball. So she does a really good job of reading the server, reading the hitter. We just really need to focus on blocking has been our biggest struggle. I moved 2 girls up off of JV, and now they're leading our team in blocks. So I'm excited. To right now is the fight to pick up tips. They have definitely improved on that. So if we can keep building on the momentum and start putting some blocks up, so our back row isn't getting hammered by some big hitters, and I think we can really be successful.
Patience, Coach. It'll get there.
It will.
It'll get there.
I believe.
All right, BW, got anything for Coach?
I want to know if there's a way for me to hide Reagan Willer's skates so that she has to play a different sport in the winter. She is an athlete. I can tell you that right now.
She plays with my niece Kennedy, so I'd probably fight against you and go.
Team, so she does a great job.
Yeah, I'm glad to see she's back playing volleyball for her senior year.
Yep, that's pretty cool. All right, Coach, you got anything else you want to add?
Go Huskies.
Go Huskies. All right, there you go. Head coach Dominique Schuler. I did it. Dominique Rickles here joining us again tonight. And, you brought up Kennedy's first name or last name. And that's what put it in my head.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah, blame you. Coach Dominique Rickles here joining us, the Huskies volleyball squad. Again, tomorrow night they travel up to Fargo South to take on the Bruins in Fargo. And I think Amanda Lundsetter's in the wings. Amanda will be up next right after this message here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Red River Human Services Foundation provides services to people with disabilities, which enhances their quality of lives and enable them to live, work, and develop relationships in their communities. Red River Human Services Foundation has multiple direct support professional positions available in their Wahpeton, Fargo, and West Fargo locations. Job opportunities include flexible scheduling, competitive wages, on-site paid training, and life experience. Voted #1 place to work for the past 5 years, join their team and apply online at www.rrhsf.org. Red River Human Services Foundation supports all local area sports activities and wishes everyone the best of luck.
At Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show here, and we are powered by Red River Communications, and we are brought to you tonight by the City Brew. We're live high above the City Brew Bar and the restaurant dining area here. The Matichek's still hanging in down there?
No, I think they're gone.
Come on.
I saw Kaler down there.
Yeah, I saw Kaler's down there.
I saw Graves down there.
Come on now.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. And, again, don't forget that the City Brew has got Kyle Colby here, live music tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and then Purse Bingo is on the 15th of October. And I think trivia starts in October as well, so they got a lot of fun stuff coming up here at the City Brew. All right, B-Dub, we are now joined by head coach of the boys Huskies tennis team. Her one and only appearance here on the season. She's been busy other nights, and we had her on a media night. And Amanda, I gotta apologize to you there for media night too. We had to kind of cut you off in a hurry there. They had a presentation going to Jeff Ralph, and they wanted us to make sure we covered that. And so my apologies to you. We cut you off early on that one, but
No
we're
stress.
super glad you're back here and can talk about Huskies tennis
Something
a little
else
bit.
we get to blame on Coach Ralph.
That's right.
There you
That's
go.
what we do.
That's
right.
another thing.
If there's a problem or something goes wrong, first person you think
probably
about,
him.
it's probably Coach Ralph.
All right, Amanda. Well, again, we talked about it before you came on air here. Again, the season's over already for the Huskies. You know, you had a couple of nice wins in the EDC.
Yep. Oh, yes.
And so you can talk about those a little bit if you want, or how do you want to talk about the boys themselves? Go ahead.
Sure. I mean, it's a fast and hard season. It always is.
Yeah.
The boys' tennis season begins before school even starts, and then, of course, it's done before we know it. But we had a really successful season. We gained and were victorious multiple times throughout the season. Not one of the most successful season we've had in the last 10 years by far and away. Particular successes playing Bismarck Legacy and Bismarck Century and stealing the wins from those guys versus the East meets West. I thought that was just absolutely huge for our team. Bismarck Century and Bismarck Legacy are pretty top dogs out on the west side. And then, of course, on this side, we beat Valley City at the beginning of the season, and we had a couple opportunities as the season progressed against Shanley and Fargo North, and we competed really tough against those teams, but weren't able to close some of these three-set matches. Particularly Shanley.
Yeah, Shanley's one that I had highlighted.
Was an extremely difficult match. It shows 6-3, but in reality, we were there until like 9:30 at night underneath the lights with three-set matches on court that could have gone either way, and we just could not close it out like we wanted to. So honestly, there hasn't been a single coach in the EDC who hasn't approached me and said, you know, your boys have improved insanely, and how nervous they were about playing us, and unsure of what we would come up with this season. And it's been complimentary to me, because they'll even text me and be cheering me on for the next matches. And I've had multiple coaches text me and say, we've been warning our boys, be careful about your boys come EDC time. So we didn't, play-in was really close as well. We were a bit disappointed that we lost that one, but we know that going into individual EDC, we're going to let all that hard work really. That rehearsal is going to pay off. We're going to have a good show.
Okay, so
Friday
you talked
and
about the
Saturday.
play-in game a little bit, Coach. You talked about Valley City in the play-in game as who you played against. You beat them earlier in the season. Like you said, it was early in the season.
Yeah.
So they probably tuned up a little bit, too, for you as well. It was a close match. It was a 4-1 match, I think is what I've got here. Just talk about that a little bit there and just what happened there and as far as...
Well, our two doubles handled business handedly. They won their match easily at 2 dubs, Thaddeus Steinberger and Garnett Anderson. We had our really strong doubles, Carter St. Aubin and Alex Cummings at 1 doubles, and they played really well, but you could tell that desire to really win and feel as if that they were responsible for the entire team win. You could really see that developed in the second set, because in the first set we lost 5-7. It was a very close set, and I think that when they lost that first set, they went into panic mode that, oh no, we're responsible. We need to win this in order for it to go, and it's just really not a good mindset for tennis at all. And then, of course, at 3 singles, our our boy from Norway, Jonas Ketlin, he was rallying really good, and he was even ahead 4-1 in the first set. And he just seemed to start making errors at the really most inopportune times. And so that match, too, kind of took us off guard because that was going to be one of our matches that we were going to rely on. The nice thing was Andrew Watuski at 2 singles. He battled hard, and I mean, in his match against Valley's number 2 last time, he also had a tough battle. And I do feel to this moment that he could have won his match. He happened to be one of the last matches on court, and when that one doubles finished and we didn't clinch the match, he sort of lost his fire a little bit. But regardless of that, his entire match was outstanding. He played out of his mind, and we need and want him to play like that come EDC time for sure. So.
All right. So now some of these guys are going to be individually qualified to move on to the EDC tournament. So talk about that a little bit.
Yep. The top 7 boys are, while we didn't make team EDC, and that's when the teams play each other, we're now in individuals. So the doubles teams that I just mentioned, they'll compete against all the schools' doubles teams, and on my singles individuals will compete against all the singles teams. And what the nice thing about tennis and them doing this is that the number 1s on every team, some will go into singles, they'll be tough, but some will also go into doubles. So now you're not facing every single number 1 player. They'll be split between singles and doubles. So there's definitely opportunities for these boys to advance if they have the desire to and the grit to do so. And I do believe our boys have it. They're just going to have to dig real deep now.
All right, so we've got one more go at it. And when is the EDC? I didn't write that down here.
EDC is this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Team is on Thursday, and individual is Friday and Saturday.
So Friday and Saturday. So we might see you next week.
Yeah.
All right, so we can have Amanda up here next week.
I like that.
I do too. We can do that. All right, Coach, you got anything for Amanda?
No.
Okay. Amanda, you got anything else?
I just want to thank everyone for coming out to support. It was really nice seeing our fans and our community out supporting these guys at the play-in, at their home matches, and we just really appreciate your support and love and acknowledgement.
There you go. Well said, Coach. All right, Amanda Lundsetter, Huskies boys tennis coach. Wish them luck this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Friday, Saturday is the individuals and doubles, right?
Yep.
So
Singles
there you go.
and doubles.
So there, and where's it at?
Grand Forks this year. Grand Forks.
Okay, so there you go. Amanda Lundsetter, Huskies boys tennis coach. And we got Larry Lash coming up, Chad Fredrickson after him, and then Gilby's going to be after him. So we got a full slate tonight. Coach, thanks for coming in again tonight.
No
Your
problem.
first time
Thanks
for the
for
year,
having
and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back after this.
City Brew Hall in Wahpeton is your family restaurant with chef-inspired food and friendly staff. Don't miss their weekly events, including live music, trivia, bingo, and more. Happy hour specials Monday through Friday, along with game day specials during all of your favorite sporting events. 24 beers on tap and brunch served Saturday and Sunday with bottomless mimosas. You're sure to find something you'll love. Follow City Brew on Facebook to see what's happening. If you'd like to join their great team at City Brew, head to brewrestaurants.com/employment. City Brew Hall in the heart of downtown Wahpeton.
It feels like you're at a bigger university. Right now I won't have any debt, and I might even gain a little extra money through scholarships. There's so many job opportunities. My name is Emily, and I'm here for my future.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Then and down the road. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdellInnovation.com. Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Bold Print in Wahpeton is your local provider for all of your printing and promotional needs, including custom decals, which is a great way to promote your business. Bold Print also has custom framing and unique personalized gift ideas. Don't trust your family photos to an online company. Use Bold Print for all of your custom framing and canvas printing. Give them a call today, 701-642-2188, or check them out online, useboldprint.com.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
And speaking of Giants, we are at live music at 7 p.m. And bingo starts on October 15th. That is purse bingo. I think Chad Fredrickson will also be there with you, Brian, trying to win a purse for his wife, Janelle.
We know what's important.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I might be in the middle of beet harvest, so you're going to have to win one for mine, too.
Hey, you're on your own.
So Freddie will be here. Larry, are you going to be here for purse bingo?
You never know. You never know.
He had to the BW Storm cross-country teams a couple weeks ago, and that was the last meet you had was the next day in Melrose.
Wind pushed us all the way down there, and once we got to Melrose, we were on the other side of a weather front. Hot, muggy.
Oh, boy.
So it was kind of a grind for the kids, but overall we ran well.
Yeah.
On the girls' side, Kira Wurtsema placed in the top 15 for the girls, so that was nice to see. And on the boys, Noah Berge placed 9th overall, and Luke Baumgartner placed 15th overall.
Those boys are having a good run.
Yeah, they are. They sure are. And the good thing about running at Melrose is we saw a lot of teams that we have to compete against.
That's right. You talked about that.
In our section.
Yep.
So just for Noah to place in that top 10, he knows that he can be a top runner in the section come, in a month from now.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good confidence booster. And behind Noah, and then there was Luke, who also had a really nice race.
Yep.
And then we had the two Hill boys, Jackson Hill and John Hill. And Troy Burnt is our other runner in our top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And, so Luke and Noah placed up in that top 15. And we got a pretty good gap after that. But Jackson, John, and Troy all run very close together. So now we have a race tomorrow at Fergus. I've challenged my 3, 4, 5 runners to get closer to where Luke and Noah are at.
There you go.
So we'll see how that works out. They may have to push themselves out of a comfort zone.
Tomorrow's supposed to be a fairly nice day, too.
Yeah, it should be a nice day
weather-wise.
Yeah, maybe a little breezy, but we run at the Pebble Lake Golf Course.
I think I've golfed it once, but it was so long ago. It's sort of hilly, too, isn't it?
There's a few
and they
little
like
hills.
the hills.
Yep, and there's a few trees, so I don't think the wind will be a factor tomorrow.
No.
And heck, once the kids get going, if you asked them if it was windy, they wouldn't know.
They wouldn't know.
No.
Yep. So that's coming up tomorrow. And how many cross country meets you got left?
Well, after I had this 10-day layoff without a meet.
Yep.
So now we have 3 in the next 7 days.
Oh boy. Okay. So you got that recited in your head there?
Yep. So we go to Staples on Monday.
Okay.
And then a week from tomorrow we go to Perham.
So a week from tomorrow.
And the Staples course is where they'll have sectionals. So it's going to be a preview of what they'll.
That's Monday.
That'll be Monday.
Monday.
Yep. Yep. So that'll be that'll be a nice just a tune-up for us and
get to know the course a little bit.
Yep. Like the girls' side too. Kira ran well at that Melrose meet.
Mm-hmm.
I got the 3 7th grade girls, and Lucy Comstock, Gracie Falk, and Addie King.
Mm-hmm.
And along with a freshman, Jasmine Benedict, and senior Allie Hare.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got another youngster, an 8th grader, Aubrey Bozen.
I was going to say, how did my buddy Aubrey Bozen do?
She had a really nice race over at Ada Borup, and then the humidity and stuff kind of got to her.
Oh.
But, man, if one of those girls doesn't do well, the 7 of them are so close together, somebody else will fill that spot.
Okay.
So it's nice to have that depth on the girls' side. And I challenged them as well as, in fact, Lucy Comstock was running with Kiera.
Okay.
And I think she would have been top 20. But she's a 7th grader, the first time she tried running that far that fast. And it didn't end too well for her. But she took it as a learning experience, which
That's
was
good.
really mature of a 7th
Wow.
grader.
That is pretty cool for a 7th
So
grader.
I'm really excited for her to run tomorrow, her kind of a bounce back race,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure she'll do well.
That's good.
And the other girls are so supportive. I got a senior, Sierra Valentine, never ran cross country before. First time she's been in a high school sport. As a senior, she's really taken those younger kids under her wing a little bit and just said, hey, things are going to be all right, and this is new for me too. And
Yep.
so I got a really nice meshing team there.
We talked about that briefly with Coach Ralph a little bit with his 2 seniors that he has on the golf squad. So you've got that as well with Allie Hare. Also, as a senior, hopefully your senior
Yes.
leadership is good.
Yeah, no, my seniors have been great. On the boys' side, we have Bryce Allwander, who's out, and he's a senior. He's been running cross country for a few years, and he's really good to mingle with whomever on the team. And a couple other, I got Briar Madal. She's a senior. And, I always tell the kids, if you can't be in the front, you just got to push from the back. Just
There
keep
you
pushing,
go.
pushing. And they do that for me.
That's what you need, B-Dub. Somebody pushing you from the back.
If I'm going to run cross country, somebody is going to have to push me from
Yep.
the back. I can tell you
And
that
we'll
right
have
now.
ropes on the front pulling as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've seen your knees. All right, you got anything else for Larry?
No,
All right.
it's been a good season for you guys.
He had a little bit of a lull. Now he's going to get busy again.
Yeah, we're kind of in a grind right now, but we don't run on paper, but on paper our times stack up very well with
There you
other
go.
teams in our section.
Yep.
So
And it's a tough section too.
It is. Yep. The
It
Staples
is.
Motley team that we'll see on Monday, they're one of the best in the state.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Larry Lash, head coach of the BW cross country team. We got Freddie up next here from the Cowboy football squad, and then Gilby will be after him. Larry, thanks again for coming in tonight.
You're welcome.
And grab some food on the way out, some Pepsi and some water or something. All
Will
right.
do.
All right, we'll be right back with Coach Chad Fredrickson of the Cowboys right after this.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
Every bank wants you to open an account.
Sign up.
Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Exactly why you should compare your bank to Bell Bank. At Bell, we don't nickel and dime you with fees on things like checking accounts and ATMs. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to a bank you'll love. And give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
Three Rivers Crisis Center is offering support to survivors of domestic violence, sexual violence, and child abuse in Richland County for now over 25 years. It's free and strictly confidential. 24/7 access to support and resources including counseling. Get help, identify abuse, plan for safety, support others, and get involved. Three Rivers Crisis Center's 24-hour crisis line is 701-642-2115.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, drying, cleaning, and marketing your grain to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain has been saving farmers for years, rewarding them with reasonable prices on purchases and fair deals when they sell. Talk to Kelly or Brad about the many services they offer. Red River Grain in Breckenridge. Call 643-3738.
Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network, everybody, and welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show here, and it's powered by Red River Communications. And tonight we are brought to you by the City Brew. Once again, we're here high above the City Brew bar and dining area, and folks have got us tuned in down there. Brian's got the loudspeakers going here, and some folks have been waving at us when they go by and saying hi.
Don't they know we're working? They're trying to. They come by. They wave.
Nobody's offering us an adult beverage, though.
No.
I mean,
no.
Freddie didn't get an adult beverage either. But
No.
So.
Hey.
Stick around afterwards, Freddie.
It's what we got to do, I guess. It's what we got to do.
Yeah. All right. So joining us now, as everybody knows, here is head coach of the Cowboy football squad. And that is Chad Fredrickson. Chad, thanks for joining us again.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming in. And Cowboys are 2-2 overall and 1-1 in Section 6A. Nice bounce back win against Underwood here the other night, Coach. It was a nice to see victory for the Cowboys.
Yeah, we played really, really well in all facets of the game. So we're starting to hopefully find ourselves. I think that the week before against Frazee, not wanting to talk a whole lot about that, we kind of got a reality check, let's just say, that you can't take things for granted, and we definitely didn't do that against Underwood. We came out, set the tone early. We went down first couple possessions and scored right away, and really established the line of scrimmage and really kind of dominated up front, and that's what you got to do, and we continued to do that all day. So proof in the stats and that we had 361 total yards, 329.
That was my highlight there. It was 300 plus yards.
Yeah,
rushing.
so
it's just crazy.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we kind of define ourselves, and we obviously got to start passing the ball a little bit more. Coach Yagi and myself go a little bit back and forth on the fact of when we're going to do that and how we're going to do that, but. We're getting there. Every day we seem to be getting better. Our practices are going better. We're starting to kind of get that little bit of mojo, I hope, to kind of set the tone for the remainder of the year. And this is a big game coming up this weekend, and we got to take that to a higher level. If we're going to compete in those last 3 games, we've got a couple or 3 really good teams to finish off with, and our section's as good as anybody in the state. So
yeah, and your defensive squad, I see you got a note there too, Coach. Not that I'm trying to read your notes, but your notes are similar to mine. Your defensive squad did well too. Yeah,
defensively we held them 172 total yards, 107 rushing, 65 pass. Overall rounded, really very, very good defensive performance. Landon Bloffus led us with 7 tackles. He had a sack, a forced fumble. Dallin Ernst had 6 total tackles and a forced fumble. Gavin Peterson had 5 tackles. Grant Davis came in, gave us some good time, had 4 total tackles. Alex Schockert's everywhere, and he had 3 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries. Alex Martell had 3 tackles. So, we had a lot of guys doing a lot of great things, and we really were able to shut them down. They got a couple of big plays on us that we kind of had some, a little bit of mental breakdowns, and they popped off a couple 25-plus rushing, attempts, and hopefully we can, make sure that doesn't happen this week and continue to kind of refine the big play opportunities that we seem to be given too many teams here. So.
One of the other things that I saw offensively here that you did, Coach, was move Landon Bloffus over to tight end too as well. So what brought that decision? It was just let's try something different with Landon and see what we can do. Or he's still on the offensive line, obviously, as a tight end. Yeah, and we're serving him as he's basically an extra tackle. So we talk about doing some overload sets and trying to keep people off balance and be a little bit more unpredictable. First few weeks we were moving some people around and they were finding numbers and they were kind of seeing where we were consistently trying to run the ball. So we just made the decision that Landon's a great athlete. Yeah, he runs well, he catches well. We found that out. I mean, he had his first 2 catches of his career, had his first touchdown of his career But he thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, boy, he thought that was cool. His grandpa thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. Talked to me right after. So, some people pretty shocked that he was able to do as much as he did, and we only threw the ball 3 times, and he caught 2 of them. So, he had a great performance, and just moving him to that tight end allows us to almost do those unbalanced sets with that extra tackle, so to say. Yep. But again, he has that versatility to be able to get out, catch the ball, and do some things. He got great quickness and that toughness. It sets the edge and things that we need to do. So we'd kind of struggle all year long that we didn't have that defined tight end. We were playing with the double wing set a lot of times, and we just weren't kind of extending defensive fronts like we wanted to. So getting that extra body in there and getting that defensive end a little bit further out, or if they're going to play an inside shade, having that down block opportunity there. So it does help us a lot to have that tight end.
That's pretty good, and that was a good X's and O's conversation there by Coach Fredrickson here, just to explain what they're doing with Landon Bloffus and why. All right, so also on the offensive side of the ball, Gavin Peterson had a great night for you as well. Yeah, and Gavin's you mentioned Alex Martell too.
Yeah, I tell you what, Gavin Peterson had 14 carries for 114 yards, a couple touchdowns. He's just a force. you'd think, we're handing the ball off to them in the A gap and the B gap a lot of times, and they got inside linebackers, defensive tackles that are hitting him right away, but he's just pulling people with him, and he just grinds through it, and he popped through for a few longer runs. We were giving him a little grief because he claims to be this spectacular athlete that he's going to hurdle some people one of these days, and we thought maybe he had an opportunity in the game last weekend, and the guy kind of had the edge on him or whatever, kind of had an angle on him, he couldn't do it. So anyway, but again, hats off to him. Yep. Our guys up front are playing extremely well. Eli Butts, we moved to tackle now, and kind of so we can do a little bit more down blocking on the backside with moving Landon out of that other side tackle. We moved Eli out there. Corey Doman played well. Joey Konzemius played really well. Zane Mickelson, Dallin Ernst, and as you said, Landon's in there as that fifth or sixth offensive lineman. So those guys played extremely well. Our defensive front with Gibson, Hasbarg, and Landon Dallin played well too. So, overall, you mentioned Alex Martell. Alex only had one carry, but it was for 62 yards and a touchdown. So he can scoot. He gets out of there, and there's not a whole lot of height to the guy, so he's kind of deceptive in trying to see him. And he came out of there, and he didn't skip a beat. He went boom, and he was gone. So that was fun to watch. Alex Sanchez had 11 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown. Paul Armitage is kind of our steady guy. We weren't able to play Cam last week with concussion protocols, but Paul is just a great kind of steady just running back for us. He had 11 carries for 64 yards. We got a chance to put David Erlinson in, freshman for us, and he had 5 carries for 23 yards, played really well. Bailey was 2 for 3 for 32 yards and a touchdown. I'm sure Bailey's hankering to open it up a little bit, and I know Coach Yeage's hankering to open it up. But again, when you're getting 5-6 yards of crack, I mean, it's like let's just whatever. I mean,
save it for another day.
Again, that's exactly right. So, and I have to, Goose, our kicker.
How about that?
Yeah, he's 6 for 6 with extra points. His deep kicks. We've traditionally been, when we get into the huddle when we're kicking off, it's we're basically claiming that we want to stop them inside the 30. So it's kick 30, ready, break. Well, now Goose has allowed us to go kick 20, and I think that there's going to be a time that we could even go kick 10.
Wow.
He's a great, that's a very, very huge asset that we have with him, and hopefully we get an opportunity soon to kick a field goal. So, give him a chance to get some extra points.
That's in the playbook, huh?
It's there. We practice it, and it just, again, it's just like opening it up to make a pass. Sometimes it's just easier to keep her on the ground and ground it out and get into the end zone. So, but overall, our guys played extremely well. We were ready to go. Our attitudes were so much different than the week before, and we just got to continue to do that. And that's part of our coaching job is we have to see that, we have to identify that, and try to get these guys ready to play. And I think that we have. I think that going forward, we have to take care of business. This weekend against Roseau, they got some big kids. They're 2 fullbacks. They kind of do an offset high, and their 2 kids up front are 275 and 250.
Wow.
Yeah, so and just kind of small, quick guy back behind them. They're 250 across the board, basically on their offensive line as well. So they're just huge. And, obviously that leaning on our guys, hopefully our quickness can come through and find some creases and things like this. But, we got to make sure we play well and keep rising our game or raising our game to the levels that we need to come section time. So.
And I'm just going to repeat what you said earlier in the conversation, what you did with Underwood. I think you need to go out against Roseau and set the tone. I mean, that was just, you said that, and it just stuck in my mind, and I even made a note on it. But that's what the Cowboys got to do against Roseau and set the tone. And let's say, here we are, boys. Even though you are 250 across the front line, we're going to take you on.
Absolutely, and our guys won't back down to
whoever,
no. So
I can't see Dallin and Landon and those guys doing that.
No, so we're anxious to get back out there. I think we need to follow up this last performance with another performance like that. So I think our guys are keyed up and ready to go. And a little earlier game, we play at 6 o'clock.
Yep, 6 o'clock.
We've traditionally always, when we're traveling that far or they're coming this way, we've traveled there an awful lot in the last 3-4 years, and so they finally are coming back here. But we play an earlier game just so they don't have to get back. back at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when we're traveling that way or vice versa. So works out nice, a little early.
Be able to broadcast on Three Borders Sports Network that first field goal for Breckenridge here this year. Yeah,
that would be nice.
That would be.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Goose hit about a 35-yarder.
He's got the leg to do it.
I think he does.
He really does.
I've seen him in kickoffs.
And he's been working. He's working on it so much his leg kind of got sore today. So hopefully we didn't hurt the poor guy. But
hang in there, Goose.
He's a great kid, great asset, and we're just lucky that he chose Breckenridge as kind of his second home here.
Very, very cool. Raleigh's going to have the call. I'll be with him doing the color. B-Dub will be producing, and we'll see what we can get done on Friday night. For Cowboy
fantastic.
Football.
Look forward to it.
All right, Coach, you got anything else for Coach, or we're going to let him go?
No, you just picked the right time to put everything together, so now let's see if you can do that 2 times in a row.
Yep.
There you go.
Knock on wood. There you go. All right, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you bet, Chad. Chad Fredrickson, head coach of the Cowboys football squad. We'll be right back with Wade Gilbertson, Huskies football coach, right after this.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
Bundling auto and home insurance is a great way to save money and precious time. Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent in Breckenridge, will make it easy and convenient with your local, fully licensed staff ready to help make sure you're protecting the things that mean the most to you. Their team is ready and knowledgeable in farm insurance, life insurance, business, home, and auto insurance. So stop by or call Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent on Minnesota Avenue in Breckenridge, or call 643-8511.
At Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Pain, sore muscles. What?
Tell me about it.
Huh? You guys?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm way older than you guys.
Yeah, but I'm not even going to go there.
All right, Three Borders Sports Network Giants Coaches Show here. I'm Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson. We're joined now by head coach of the Wahpeton Huskies. Coach, let me give this plug here first for the City Brew, and they've got live music tomorrow night here. Every Thursday night they've got live music. Tomorrow night is Kyle Colby. And then Purse Bingo is coming up on the 15th, and I think you should probably go out and win something for Sandy.
Yeah, absolutely. She'll probably be here more than likely. Is that is that a morning kind of thing?
Purse Bingo? No.
Can we give her the wrong time?
I think
because if I show up, I don't want any competition.
Right?
It is a trivia starting here pretty soon at the City Brew. A lot of fun stuff going on. Coach Gilby, thanks for joining us here on the Coaches Show.
You bet. Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate it. Everybody wants to talk about the Jamestown one, but first, I got to go back. It's 42-zip. And, it was something, or 42-14, excuse me. 42-14, but it was something that you were,
we did.
Well, I'm sure there was.
They were excited to play that night, that's for sure. It was their first home game on their field, and the crowd was as expected for the most part. And we were lucky enough to be able to over there. It was kind of all she wrote, and we we were able to throw the ball a little bit more than we've done in the past. We were able to get Cap going. He's coming back off that injury.
Against the Horace game. Yep.
Correct. We were able to get him the touches that he needed. And our goal on that night and on almost any night is to get him the ball in his hands at least 10 times. And if we
running the ball, again, Bo had a nice night with almost 150 yards. Running the ball for the Huskies offense, 248 for 33 rushes. That figures out to about 7.5 yards a carry. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, the offense was clicking, and the defense did a great job coming out in the second half.
I got a few notes on that, too.
And they got that stop at the beginning of the third quarter. You know, we go into halftime, and we got a pretty surmountable lead because we put a terrific drive together at the end of the first half. We got the ball at probably their 30-yard line with about a minute to go, and we went in and scored at the buzzer and took that momentum into halftime and told our guys that, hey, the score's 0-0. We're going to keep on playing this game. We need to get a stop at the beginning of the third quarter. We got that stop, and we were able to put another drive together to basically put the game away in the third quarter and put a really nice drive together in that third quarter. A lot of it was led by Bjorn Kubala, our backup quarterback, and when you're able to put drives like that together and eat some of the time off the clock, you're going to do really well at the end of the game.
I saw that Riley Timian had a nice night there, 6 tackles, 4 solos. Trayton Malk, Omar Martinez. There's a guy, and I'm going to refer a little bit here to the Jamestown game before we get too far into this. But just even looking back there, I see he was on the top of the list for tackles. But Omar Martinez, my goodness, that guy is maybe $140 wet.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
he just sticks his nose in there and just goes. So, Omar, good job, man.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dog, is the way I think of him. And he runs around all over the field. He's full of energy every single day, and he's definitely not afraid to go put his face on somebody. Something that we noticed last year as a freshman, his ability to communicate and his ability to learn the defense, to be where he needs to be, when he needs to be there. And it's just kind of weird how he has gotten so much better even since his freshman year. He came into our practices this last fall in camp, and he was a little bit late getting to practice. We had some physical issues with him, and so he didn't join practice until about 3 days late. And to his credit, he is the one that forced us to put him on the field and play defense. And we told him early on that, hey, you need to compete for one of these spots.
That's what you want from your players.
Exactly what we want from every single one of our 40 guys is compete and make us play you.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he did from day one in his first practice. Our defensive backs coach, Evan McCall, came to me and said, we have to put him on the field. He knows where he belongs. He knows what to do. He communicates with everybody. He's aggressive, puts his face on a face, and just a great football player right now as a sophomore. He's one of the leaders of our defense right now.
He's done very well, so hats off to him and the rest of the defense too as well, because you got to move forward now, and you look at homecoming week and you talk about defense. That was one of the highlights to me, was how they controlled a high potent number 1 ranked team in the state, high potent led by Peyton Hochhalter, just controlled the ball. And the defensive, now the first drive, quite honestly, I think everybody was a little bit nervous. We were a 3-and-out, and here they come. And their first drive was a 6-point touchdown.
Yeah, the first couple of drives, probably the first 4 drives, 2 for us, 2 for them, didn't exactly go our way, and then some. We might have run maybe 5 plays to their 20, and it ended up at the end of the game, we actually ran more plays than they did. So, yeah, those first 2 drives of ours we kind of stunk up the joint a little bit, didn't we?
Yep.
And to our kids' credit and our coaches' credit, we didn't panic, and we stayed with the game plan, did what we were supposed to do, and then found a way to win in the end. But, yeah, hats off to the defense. I thought that they had a tremendous week of practice as well. I thought that our defensive coaches worked their absolute tails off that last week in practice, getting our kids ready for a fairly high potent offense that had scored on average about 40 points a game.
Right.
And they're throwing touchdown passes all over the place.
Yep.
And they got a couple of kids that was really good on defense. We knew what kind of team they were going to be. They're going to try to spread us out. They're going to try to throw it all over the place with a very athletic, strong-armed quarterback. They were going to escape the pocket, and they were going to scramble all over the place.
A defensive game by the Huskies.
Yes, sir.
All right, so they score again in the second quarter. They did on their first drive, and then in the second quarter, They went up 13.
And I don't. When I say people, you know, I mean sometimes our football game.
Yep.
If you try to win every single play, or you try to win every single down and go 1-0 on every single down, that can make a huge difference. So anytime they're lining up for an extra point, or anytime somebody's going for a 2-point conversion, it's a huge play in the football game, because that can turn things around. And we get late in the game. And we knew, or I knew, that we were going to go for 2. I kind of jokingly on the sideline asked a couple of guys, hey, should we go for 2 or not? And I knew that we were going to end up going for 2, because I didn't want to go to over. Is remarkably huge. So that one play, I think, definitely was a big one.
That was a huge, and bless her heart, you know, they've got a female kicker. I pulled it left a little bit, but it was 13-zip at the time. 6 going into halftime. A nice drive. Do you want to talk about that play at all yet, Coach, before I get into the halftime talk? I want to know what you said at halftime to the boys.
Well, at halftime, we told the kids, and before the game, the same thing. We told the kids, this is just another football game. I mean, throw the homecoming stuff out the window. The fact that they're the #1 team in the state, throw it all out the window. It's a football game, and we're going to execute, and then we're going to try to out-execute them and out-football them. And we challenged our kids at halftime to play with the 6 inches between the breastbone and the backbone, and play with a little bit of heart. And honestly, if you watched enough of our games, you know that we're going to start the second half on defense. I don't think it's any surprise. And, you know, down 13-0, our kids could have folded.
Yep.
It could have been like a lot of other teams that Jamestown's played over the last year and a half.
Yep.
We could have folded, and we could have thought, you know what, lick your wounds, get back to work next week and try to beat Valley City. Well, we didn't panic, and we put a nice drive together, and Bo made a tremendous throw to Caden. And the ability of Bo in the last couple of weeks to start to understand the passing game, to be able to start to see the defense. And our coaching staff's been working really hard on trying to design certain plays and getting Cap in space here and there. And Bo's really started to see the defense pre-snap, and to be able to understand what we're trying to do when we try to isolate Cap on one side or the other. And we just had it was a simple go route. We sent Cap over and isolated him on one side all by himself, and basically told him, hey, go beat the guy in front of you, and we're going to throw it to you. So simple football play. And Bo made a great great throw, and Cap made a great catch.
Pass and catch.
Yep.
13-6 at halftime. So how was the locker room at half? Temperature-wise, what did you think when the boys came in and sat down in front of you?
It was busy. I mean, we were busy. We just got to business. We got down to work. Yeah, I mean, we went in, and it wasn't, like I said to you, it was another football game. And before I let the defensive guys talk, I told the team, hey, this is our game in the second half. We were able to score and make it a 1-score game before the half. And
that was huge.
And it's anybody's game at this point. And then we got the defensive staff talking, and that didn't last too long, because they had their ducks in a row. They were ready to go for the second half. And then I spoke for a little bit, offensively, and then we broke into our position groups and talked to our position coaches, and by that time it was time to go back out. So there really wasn't a ton of rah-rah type stuff. It was a lot of game planning, a lot of changes that we were going to make in the second half, and a lot of changes that they were going to make in the second half. And so I would just kind of describe the atmosphere as busy. And then we got back to work.
Business as usual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, so late in the third quarter, in answer to their tough defense, Bo Arnstein with an 8-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and I think that we out-leveraged them a little bit. We came up with a formation that surprised them a little bit. I know we came out in that formation, and they took a timeout, and I thought to myself, you know what, we're going to stay in it, because this formation of ours is going to, I think, beat anything that they try to line up against it. And them taking that timeout kind of spooked me a little bit, but after about 4 or 5 seconds of thinking about it, I thought, no, we're staying with this play. It's one of our best run plays. It's really kind of the hub of the wheel, so to speak, within our. He absolutely destroyed a kid and pancaked a kid, and Bo went into the end zone pretty easily. So.
And then the big 2-point conversion. A nice little pass to the end zone.
Yes, sir.
I think it was to Caden Kappas.
It was. Yep. It was. And we tried to run a boot. And if you watch the game, you saw us boot quite a bit. Boot and left, boot and right. And we tried to get Bo moving out of the pocket, get him in space. He's got a little bit of a run-pass option there. And at one point of the game, the coaching staff had discussed changing the routes up a little bit with kind of run what we would call the climb route, and so he's the third guy. He's our third option in the boot, and we figured that would we figured that the climb route was open all night against them, and we thought, well, why not put our best receiver on the climb route then instead of somebody else? And Bo just laid up a really nice touch pass. And to be honest with you, watching that catch on film, and you've seen this a couple of times over the years, I've seen it numerous times over the years, there's not many kids in the state of North Dakota that are going to make a catch like that, like Caden did on Friday night.
Nope. All right, so now the announcer guy, the play-by-play guy, is standing on his feet because he's pretty nervous now. We take a 14-13 lead here with late in the third quarter, and I don't know about you, Coach, but that whole fourth quarter was pretty tense. And I mean, you could hear it from the fans. Obviously, it was homecoming. There was alumni in attendance. And you go on a nice long drive here toward the end of the game, and we get stranded at the 10-yard line, and it's about a minute. Was it a minute 4, minute 6 to go, I think, something like that, whatever it was. It was around a minute. And they make a drive with, I don't think they had any timeouts, maybe one?
None.
Yep. And they make a drive and go all the way down to about the 9-yard line or somewhere with 9 seconds to go. And nervous time? You were probably just fine.
Yeah, you're right, and you get into enough games like that. Sure, your blood pressure's gonna go up a little bit.
Yep.
But learning through the years of being in different games here or different games there, I've had my fair share of blowouts. I've had my fair share of tough games and close calls and whatnot. Try to train yourself to keep your wits about you, and I thought that our coaching staff did a really good job of that. In making our play calls on both sides of the ball. Didn't panic at all. Getting the ball with about 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and being able, we put together a 21-play drive.
That was crazy.
To be able to milk the clock, and probably could have milked it even a little bit more. But then we give the ball back to them on downs in our territory, them in negative territory. We think, okay, they've got about a minute to take the field, and they made quick work of it, didn't they? They did, and they were able to get out of bounds with a number of short passes.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, going back to the training part of trying to keep it slow in your head, the closer they got to the end zone, I thought the less ability they had to make the big play. I thought, fine, let's get them down to the 9-10 yard line, no problem. We're going to call a timeout. We might have had 12, 13 guys on the field because we're trying to make a change, and they're trying to go fast, so we had to take that timeout. But I thought the closer they get to the end zone, the harder it's going to be to operate for a passing team, and many times it is.
And that's what you hear, when you watch NFL games, too. You hear that all the time, even on Steeler games.
Oh, here we go.
And
that's totally uncalled for.
Yeah, right? Even on Steeler games, they say it shortens the field, which it's obvious. I mean, so I didn't say it on the air, but it shortens the field so you don't have to run back 30 yards. You've only got that 10-yard space in the end zone that you got to worry about.
Yeah, and I honestly believe, coming from the offense that we run with our advantage.
Okay, so talk about the interception and Jackson DeVries.
An amazing football play by Jackson DeVries, or the mention, or whatever you want to call it, but was in the right spot at the right time and did exactly what he was supposed to do. And
goosebumps again.
Yeah, flushed the quarterback out of the pocket again, and of course that's kind of their game plan, is they're going to get that athletic guy running all over the place. And he saw the receiver in the end zone open for a split second, and Jackson DeVries undercut him, and the quarterback threw it right to him.
Right to him.
Yep.
A great play by Jackson. And after the game, I saw Peyton Hochhalter down on the other end, and he was just beside himself. And the coaches were all consoling him. And I'm sure he's thinking to himself in his head, that could have been the win of the game, but yet.
Sure.
Jackson DeVries made a great play, and there was nothing he could do about it.
No, nothing he could do about it. And I don't know what they were. We had assumed that they were trying to get into field goal position as well, so we thought that they were going to take one more shot at it and maybe try to set up for a field goal, because they're going to have a field goal kicker on a team like that. And that one play there we thought was maybe the last chance to take a shot at winning it by touchdown, and we just made an amazing play. And no fault of his, the quarterback, not at all. I mean, an amazing player, got a great arm.
Okay, and I'm going to back up a minute. How about that one play that he made where he was parallel to the ground, and I looked at it several times on our broadcast. That was a legal throw.
Yeah.
He was parallel to the ground, Brian. He was maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet off the ground, and he made one of those passes like that.
I watched it a couple of times. It was a good throw.
Yeah, kind of a submarine-style throw of the football. Yeah, really a well-designed play down there on the goal line, too, to boot away like that. And he just kind of got tripped up and, went kind of Superman on us and made a little underhand throw. And it was such a good play. It kind of left me for about 3 seconds, kind of thinking to myself, did he really just do that?
Yeah, exactly. I questioned it at first when I watched it, and then it's like I got to go home and look at this. And
yeah,
it was good. It was a good throw. It really was. All right, Coach. So congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Defeating number 1 Jamestown and the defending 11A champs. And now coming up, you got Valley City.
Yeah, we're going to Valley City. We're on the road, and according to many people, maybe not the Twitterverse, but according to many people, according to the QRF, they're the number 1 team in the state right now. And so we're going to their place, and I think we've had another pretty good week of practice, and I think the kids are ready.
Take on another one?
and we've tried all week to kind of keep it patted down a little bit, and our message at the beginning of the week on Sunday night was, can you put it behind you? We got to get it in the rear. We got to get Friday night against Jamestown, get it in your rearview mirror because there's no going back to that. So don't live in the past, and let's live right now where our feet are at. And all roads pointing to Jamestown, to Valley City this Friday night. And our kids, I think, have kind of taken to it a little bit, and we've had a couple of good days of practice. Today was probably our best day of practice of the week, and we got one more day to get the hay in the barn. So I think we'll be ready come Friday night.
Hay in the barn.
I like that one too. It's a good win. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's so many times where I say certain things, and a win like that just proves some of the things that we say as coaches. It can make our job a little bit easier because we always say, well, we can beat anybody. It doesn't matter what their record is. We have to go out and play one play at a time, one down at a time, whatever. We have to overcome some adversity, being down at halftime, whatever it may be. I mean, it just proves everything. And then it just builds confidence. And once you have that confidence, you just play with a different swagger. And that's what happened as that second half kind of went along. You could kind of see it. Yeah, we can stop these guys. We can win this game. And like I said, it makes coaching easier. It validates the things that we say to be able to get a win like that. So hats off to you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a great win for the Huskies. Congratulations, boys. And good luck. Don't let it go to your heads. Good luck against Valley City, and take it to them. And we wish the Huskies well.
Appreciate that, guys.
All right.
It's been a fun couple of weeks.
It sure has. And that's going to wrap it up here for Coach, unless you got something else you want to add there.
No, sir. No, sir.
The statistics were pretty even for both teams there against Jamestown, but a win was a win.
Yeah, 1-0. That's what we care about. Let's go.
That's what you say, 1-0 every week. All right, thanks, Wade Gilbertson, Huskies football coach. Brian and I will be right back here on Three Borders Sports Network to wrap it up.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/.
City Brew Hall in Wapaton is your family restaurant with chef-inspired food along with game day specials during all of your favorite sporting events. 24 beers on tap and brunch served Saturday and Sunday with bottomless mimosas. You're sure to find something you'll love. Follow City Brew on Facebook to see what's happening. If you'd like to join their great team at City Brew, head to brewrestaurants.com/employment. City Brew Hall in the heart of downtown Wapaton.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giant's cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show here on Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner. Brian Watson here to my right. And we're brought to you tonight by the City Brew here, and that's where we are, high above the bar dining area here on the lower level of the City Brew. Don't forget they've got live music tomorrow night with Kyle Cole. Come First Serve, October 15th. B-Dub, we had a busy night, man. We had all 8 coaches here tonight.
And we're a little bit ahead of schedule.
Just a tish.
Producer guy likes that when we're ahead of schedule.
Yeah, well, yeah. We kept Ralph quiet.
Well, hey,
toned down.
That's
I should
not
say.
easy to do. I'm telling
And
you that
then
right now.
We got lucky that Margaret had another appointment she needed to get to. So
we
Margaret,
can thank her because she got us back on track, and she also
did.
brought our food up. So
she did. She brought our food up
we
there
owe
for
her,
everybody.
We owe her a little bit.
So thanks, Margie. That's going to do it. What a busy week. You were out in Wyndmere, and you and Raleigh had the game out there against Hank.
Yeah, it was a good game, too.
It was a good game out
yeah,
there.
I mean,
Wyndmere Warbirds win that one.
Yeah, Warbirds kind of pulled away, but I don't know. Hankinson, a couple of turnovers just kind of, hurt him. He had a turnover in the first half and a turnover late in the game. They were down 9, I think, and they ended up turning it over. As they were kind of almost going in the score, they had a long, I think a long third down conversion or whatever, ended up picking it up. And then turned it over on the sideline. So I don't know. They take care of the ball. That's a totally different ball game. So
that's a tough team too. Them Warbirds out there. It's going to be fun. To
yeah.
see where they go in the postseason and how far they get.
Arth and Brandt. I mean, they can run all over, and then they want to put it in the air, and then Kackman can go up and get just about anything. So they got a pretty good squad.
All right, tomorrow night we have no volleyball, so we have a night off tomorrow night. You're traveling,
dude. Seriously,
you're traveling.
There are no nights off for
There's
me.
no Three Border Sports volleyball.
Right.
Tomorrow.
I will be watching volleyball. I'll be watching the Huskies play
at Fargo South.
At Fargo South, yep. And then I'll be taking in their tournament too as well. So yeah.
And then on Friday we got Friday Night Football back on Three Border Sports Network again.
Back on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
Cowboys taking on Roseau. 6 o'clock start.
6 o'clock.
So a little bit earlier than usual.
Yep.
But that should be a good football game, too.
Yep. Coach Freddie had the preview for that one, and we're looking forward to being there. Raleigh's going to have the play-by-play. I'll do the color, I think. Are you going to do the producing?
So
all right. So I guess I get to talk.
I'm taking the easy job.
I get to talk a little bit with Raleigh, so if he lets me have the microphone.
He might let you have the microphone for a little bit.
All right. Anything else, B-Dub?
No, it was a good show. I appreciate all the coaches stopping in. We had
8 coaches tonight.
Everybody in that we could have in for the fall, so it's good. We appreciate when those guys stop in. We know it takes out of their night and things that they want to do, but we really appreciate when they stop by.
Oh, and I just got a message. We didn't know that, but thank you,
Coach.
Sandy. Happy birthday, Coach, and make sure you show him that, Sandy, when he gets home. So we're sorry we missed that right away. And
we could have had like cake or something.
We could have. We should have. He had a couple bites of the appetizers.
We'll count that then. We're good. We're covered.
Could have bought him a birthday.
We're covered.
Adult beverage.
We're covered.
All right. For Brian Watson, I'm Joe Schreiner. We'll be here Friday night, Roseau and the Cowboys in Breckenridge at 6 p.m. For Brian Watson, I'm Joe Schreiner. Good night, everybody.
Johnson with the home